Hello, in this video I would like to show you how you can get a first class in English universities for a law degree. My name is Lily. I'm a founder of Simple Studying. I have LLB and LLM degrees from City University of London. I've got 2-1 and first class in my exams when I was at law school, and I founded Simple Studying to help law students get high grades. We are building AI-powered higher education tool, all-in-one platform for UK and US university students to get high grades and build successful careers. This is our team on the picture. Why you should trust us? We have over 25,000 registered customers already on our platform in the UK. That's 25% of total number of law students in the UK. 90% of our regular customers report to have got a first class after using our platform with a premium membership and 6 hours of tutoring at least for each module. After working with thousands of law students in the UK and preparing them for exams and helping them with coursework, we know exactly how to get a first class, as you can see on this review. The first step would be to understand the grading system, how the grading system works in the UK. First class is what you want to get, which is an excellent grade, 70 plus. 2-1 is very good, 60 to 69, 2-2 is average, 50 to 59, and third class is a pass, 40 to 49, fail is below 40. You need at least a 2-1 or preferably first class to become a lawyer. If you don't have a first class, it will be harder to stand out when you apply for training contract and pupillage applications. Now I'd like to show you some statistics. How many law students in the UK actually get 2-1 or a first class? This statistics comes from Higher Education Statistics Agency in the UK, so it's definitely a reliable source. In 2019, 31,530 students were first-year law students enrolled at first degree level of study in the UK. The duration for first degree law, the LLB, is 3 years, so students enrolled in 2019 should have graduated in 2022. In 2022, 22,675 law students graduated, which means that dropout rate is 28%. So 28% of law students dropped out. On average, only 32% of all graduates in 2022 achieved the first class, according to HASA. To sum up, 28% of law students drop out and 68% of law students fail to get a first class. On average, 21% got a 2-2. And third class in 2022 in UK universities. This level of degree holders, so 2-2 and third class, are very unlikely to become lawyers because usually for training contracts or pupillage, you need at least a 2-1. It can be said that in total 49% of law students fail to get good enough grades to become a lawyer. This is why Simple Studying exists, to solve this problem and help you achieve a first class law degree and become a lawyer. How do you get a first class? Step 1. Make a list of all the study modules you have to pass this year. Create a document and just list all the study modules that you have to pass this year. Step 2. See what kind of assessments you have for each module. For example, if you're a first year law student, you have contract law, criminal law, constitutional law, administrative law, English legal system. You may have other modules, but these are more common modules on first year. And what you would do is just list all these modules. And below all these modules, you can make notes, like what kind of assessments do you have for each module? Is it an exam? Is it a coursework? Is it a presentation? Just to have a revision plan. Then prioritize exams because exams are harder. Courseworks and presentations can be done after the exam preparation. Exams are harder because you have to write answers under exam conditions. You have to memorize a lot of information. It's very stressful. Whereas on a coursework, you're allowed much more time. You can do it in your own time. You're not under exam conditions, so the pressure is much less. But the quality expected from your legal writing in a coursework is much higher, so don't think that courseworks are easy. They're not, but exams require much more preparation. So I suggest that you start preparation for exams as early as possible. As early as possible, but when exactly? I believe that you should start even before the academic year starts. So for example, if your academic year starts in October, you would start revising, you would already start preparing few months earlier. I mean, you could start studying and revising from the day your classes start, but it will be harder because there will be so many things going on. You will have many courseworks and presentations and lots of reading. So if you give yourself a few months of extra time, you will benefit from it. So don't think that summer holidays are just to have fun. No, you should start reading already during summer before the classes start, and you should start revising for your exams, even if it's early, like a year early. It requires lots of time to memorize all this information that you're asked to do on a law degree, and you need as much time as possible. Download past exam papers for each exam. So for example, if you have contract law exam, you would go to your university website and download contract law's exam papers, past exam papers. What kind of questions came up last year, the year before, as many past exam papers as possible so you have more data. Find out which topics come up as problem questions and which topics come up as essay questions to practice accordingly. Select just enough amount of topics. For example, if on the exam you need to answer 3 questions only, prepare for answering 4 questions, because we advise to have one as a backup. Sometimes they change exams. It will most likely not be exactly the same as the past exam paper. It will be similar, but most likely not exactly the same. Sometimes they change it. So in case you get a question that you are not prepared for, you want to have one as a backup. So that's why, for example, if you have a set of 6 questions on the exam and you have to answer 3, I'd advise to prepare for 4, to have just one as a backup, but no need to learn everything that was covered on the course. That's actually worse, because it's just too much information. You'd rather focus on few topics, master answering problem and essay questions on those few topics, make sure your practice answers are first class level, and then you're more likely to get to first class. Selective studying is the way to get to first class. That's how we achieve it. Step 5, make a list of topics for your exam revision for each module. So once you have a list and you make a note that, okay, this study module is assessed by an exam, then you have to write the names of the topics. So what topics am I going to revise according to the past exam papers? So for example, for contract law, you may revise offer, acceptance, consideration, intention to create legal relations, promissory estoppel, misrepresentation, and exclusion clauses, because those are like key topics in contract law. But don't take my word for it. Definitely look at the past exam papers and make sure that these topics come up on your particular course, on your particular exam. Most of the times it's the same, but we have seen few minor differences from one university to another, so that's why we always advise students to look at the past exam papers, to look at the lectures, and prepare accordingly. Revise each topic and answer a problem question or essay question on it. For example, if you are revising offer and acceptance topic, and you saw in the past exam paper that it comes up as a problem question, that means that you need to practice answering a problem question on offer and acceptance. But if you saw that in the past exam paper of a previous year, it came up as an essay question, that means that sometimes it comes up as a problem question, sometimes it comes up as an essay question, and you need to prepare for both scenarios. So practice answering both an essay and a problem question on this topic. More you practice, the better. So try to practice as much as possible by answering past exam paper questions. Step 6, Perfect your practice answers and memorize them. So if you want to get a first class, your practice answers must be first class level. So make sure that all these practice answers you write on every single topic, both problem questions and essay questions, must be first class level to get a first class. And then you have to memorize them. You need perfect practice answers on each topic. Perfect them according to our guidance on simple studying and your lectures. Structure, case law, analysis, arguments, references, everything must be perfect for a first class. First class does not tolerate even minor mistakes. You must have everything perfectly written and then memorize your answers. Specifically for this reason, I highly recommend that you start tutoring with our tutors as early as possible, because our tutors will tell you exactly how to do this, how to achieve this kind of perfection that first class requires. Even if you can't achieve, you will most likely not be able to achieve first class in every single study module, but it's so important to achieve a first class in the area of law that you want to practice in the future. So, for example, if you want to become a criminal lawyer, it's very important that you achieve a first class in criminal law. So make sure that you subscribe to Simple Studying. We have in our premium subscription, we have all the study materials that is essential to have to get a first class. But it's not enough. You also need tutoring for personalized one-to-one guidance with our tutors who will tell you exactly what to do to get a first class. Will help you write those past exam papers, answers to those questions in the past exam papers, and help you understand what is required from you for a first class. Step 7, write your exams according to your practice answers. The exam will be a bit different, but it should be similar to the practice answers you've done. So you can write just according to your practice answers, but it will be different, so you will have to adjust it. Write your exam according to your practice answers to maximize your chances of a first class. Obviously, this is the way to get a first class. Nobody can write a first class answer on the spot without practicing it before. And that's why you need to do practice answers to similar questions before the exam and memorize them, so you can then use this structure on your exam. How to get a first class on your courseworks. The quality of legal writing required for courseworks is much, much higher. So the quality of legal writing you need for exams is different. Make sure that you write a coursework in a way that it should be written, not the same way as an exam. Step 1 would be, after preparing for your exams, you should have developed a good legal research and writing skills. So first, step 1 is to develop good legal research and writing skills, which you should have done by preparing for your exams. Then for a coursework, you're expected to do more research and better elaborated arguments. So you need to do a lot of legal research. Research the topic that the coursework is about, make notes, and make elaborated arguments. You can use simple studying materials and your lectures, and maybe a couple of journal articles, depending on how long the coursework is, what is required. So make sure that you talk to our tutors, because that is the best way to get a first class. If your coursework is a problem question, you have to use an IRAT structure. Issue, rule, application, conclusion. Issue is you have to identify all the legal issues that come up in the problem question. Rule, you have to find the relevant primary law, cases, statutes. Application, apply to the facts of the case and advise the parties. And finally, conclude, sum up your analysis. If your coursework is an essay, follow the following structure. Introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. Introduction must be about 10% of your total word count. So if you have 1,000 words essay, introduction would be 10% of it, 100. Introduce the issue at hand, referring to the relevant law briefly. So if you're writing an essay about offer, you have to define what is an offer in contract law. and also talk about what the coursework is. You have to really break it down, the question, and explain all the relevant legal principles that the topic of the coursework is touching, and really elaborate on it, but briefly, because introduction must be about 10%. Body paragraphs, arguments for and against. Most of the law students, when they write essay questions, they make a mistake of being too descriptive. Don't be too descriptive. It's not about writing everything you know about the topic. It's about making arguments. So rule analysis, you have to first explain the law and then make an argument about it. All the laws that you explain must be pointing to an argument. If it's not pointing to an argument, then it's irrelevant. Don't explain any law that is not adding any value to the coursework. You have to use peer-reviewed journal articles. Usually that's a good way to get a first class, boost your grade. And quality online resources to enhance your critical analysis. So the first stage would be to look at primary law, that is the subject of your coursework, case law, statutes, and then criticize it in your critical analysis, but by referring to journal articles or online resources. We have a lot of advice on how to write courseworks and how to do critical analysis in our study material, so make sure you get a premium subscription on Simple Studying. Conclusion, 10% of the total word count. In conclusion, you don't introduce new points. You have to sum up your main arguments here and answer the question asked. So you're repeating here what you already said above, but briefly, like above you would have written long answer, and in the conclusion you're just summarizing your arguments and answering the question asked. This would be all for today. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. I hope it helped. Don't forget to subscribe to Simple Studying. Get our premium subscription. You have all the study materials there you need to get a first class, and also talk to our tutors. Tutoring sessions are essential for a first class. Good luck.